has come. I said the time has come. From the four corners of the world, from the four corners of this ring right here, the fight starts now.
All right, guys, well, let's get right into it. In women's featherweight boxing news, Skye Nicolson believes her decision to stay pro and hunt world title glory will be vindicated on Friday as she challenges Sabrina Maribel Perez for the interim WBC World Featherweight title at the Auditorio Municipal Fausto Gutierrez Moreno in Tijuana, Mexico, live worldwide on DAZN. Nicolson, 7 wins, 0 losses, had been agonizing over taking a second crack at Olympic glory at the 2024 Games in Paris, having been edged out in the quarterfinals of the 2020 Games in Japan by Briton Karissa Artingsall. The Aussie star chose to turn pro following that disappointment and has impressed in getting the 7-0 record and sitting in the top 6 all of the governing body's rankings. But with pros able to fight in the Olympics, the 28-year-old had been toying with a run at getting her hand on an Olympic gold medal to sit alongside the Commonwealth Games top prize she landed in 2016. Going into Friday night's showdown with Argentina's Perez, Nicolson reveals that watching a stateside matchroom show in the early hours in London in June was the clincher in her deciding to stick with paid ranks. And victory on Friday night in Tijuana will see her take a massive step towards landing a shot at the world title next. Open quote, "It was a really hard decision to stay pro, but it was just something inside of me," said Nicolson. "It's hard to explain. When I turned pro, I was 100% always looking at the Paris Games in 2024. My time at the Olympics was cut short, made controversially. It was a close decision, but a lot of people thought I won and deserved the medal, so it was hard to just let go of that and move on. I had a whirlwind year and a half as a pro. I am loving what I am doing. I've got great momentum and I'm in a good place just 7 fights in. I started to feel like I was almost convincing myself that I still wanted to go down to the Olympic route because it's something I'd always wanted to do, instead of really accepting how I was really feeling about it. I went and did some of the international training camps with the amateur teams and something just wasn't right, and I wasn't at home in London watching the New Orleans show at 2 a.m. I was on the edge of my seat watching the fights and getting excited about it, and I thought, this is me now. This is what I want. And I couldn't be sure when I fought as a pro again if I went down that route. When I made the decision to stay pro, it felt like a weight was lifted off my chest. I felt so happy and content in the decision and knew it was right. I want to keep the momentum going and I want to fight for a world title in the next 8 to 12 months. I feel like I won't live in regret and that I 100% have made the right decision. I'm in the top 6 across the governing bodies and I've worked so hard to be there, and it's such a good position. Also, going back into the amateurs for those trials, people have been saying I fight like an amateur still, but I cannot tell you how much I have changed. Maybe there were small changes that people on the outside couldn't tell, but for me, they were big changes. I felt like I could come up reversing 18 months of work in the gym as far as a pro for a year in the amateurs and then go back to work again on being a pro after Paris for another year or so. I'm really excited for Friday and especially the challenger. I don't want to be fighting for vacant titles. I feel like I'm going to earn it more by fighting the champion and dethroning them. She's been a pro for a long time and is experienced. I think it's a good step up in opposition for me going into my 8th fight. I'm coming to take what's mine and get into that mandatory position. I feel like most of the opponents I've boxed have come to survive, not to win. So she's the champion and is going to want to keep that title, and that's going to bring the best out of both of us. She's coming to win, and that's where I'll see the openings and opportunities more than my fight so far. There's not a lot of footage out there. I know she's shorter than me, but there's not much out there, so we prepared for anything, Skye Nicolson told No Smoke Sport. Well, all right, guys, what do you think about Skye Nicholson's choice to stay as a pro and not go to the Olympics? That's the first question. No, we think it was the right decision. We definitely think it was the right decision. You know, right now, she does have the momentum. And if she is in talks with Amanda Serrano, which she did say that there are talks for an Amanda Serrano fight in early 2024 in that interview. She said maybe one more fight after this, which is defend her WBC interim if she wins on Friday, and then maybe an Amanda fight. But she did ultimately say in the interview that she is ready for Amanda Serrano. She wants to fight with Amanda Serrano, and that's the ultimate goal. Yeah, so that takes me to my next question, guys. Do you think that Skye Nicolson is ready for Amanda Serrano? Personally, we think Amanda Serrano is on a completely different level. Super elite. Gas tank is there. As we can see, she's fighting 12 3-minute rounds in her next bout. So the gas tank is definitely there. And she has fists of steel. Just so aggressive, so strong. And what is that fight going to look like with Skye Nicolson? Skye Nicholson's style is more of fighting on a counter and on the outside. Skye Nicolson would be the WBC mandatory. And we do know that WBC is not sanctioning 12 3-minute rounds. So we probably won't see 12 3-minute rounds if they do end up fighting. Also in the interview, she did say that, Skye Nicolson did say that maybe even 10 threes is good. Maybe even 12 twos is something good. But she said that she ultimately would fight whatever was decided. We did see her in the Tanya Alvarez fight, how tired she did get from that constant pressure. And I believe that was only 8 rounds. Not sure if it was 10 rounds. But she was exhausted at the end of that, from that constant pressure. So can't even imagine what constant pressure from Amanda Serrano would be like in the ring, going 10 threes or 12 twos, or even just 10 twos would be probably exhausting. So guys, let us know in the comments below, what do you think? Do you think that Skye Nicolson is ready for Amanda Serrano, and do you think that she's going to win this weekend on Friday? Let us know in the comments below. Don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, and also share the vid, guys. We appreciate all the love and support. Take care.